Welcome to the SushiChain Quickstart demo. So on our website, which is sushichain.io, at the very bottom there's a link to our GitHub repo. On the GitHub repo there's a wiki with a quick start, and that's the basis for this demo. So you can either go to the GitHub repo, clone the repo, or you can use our Docker. So I'm going to assume that you've done one of those two and you now have the code. So when you build the source code, it creates three binaries in the bin directory. Sushi is the command line client for the blockchain, Sushid is the blockchain node, and Sushim is the miner. So we're going to be looking at Sushi and Sushim for a bit of mining. So the first thing that we can do is create a wallet. So let's have a look at Sushi. So we can interact with the wallet, we can interact with the blockchain, we can interact with transactions, we can use SCARs, which is our human readable address system, we can use tokens and config. So I'm going to use config a little bit to make the command line a bit easier, so we don't have to keep typing in different options all the time. So creating a wallet, sushi wallet, create, and now we need to give it the wallet. So there is a wallets directory already in the source code, but please don't use the wallets there, they're for testing purposes. So create a new one. We're going to call this W1, and we're going to be using the testnet. So now we can verify it. And it's got an address, which is great, and it's on the testnet, which is great. So now I'm going to add some config. The node that the client connects to. I'm going to use the testnet on port 3000. And we're also always going to be using testnet. So we also have an HTTPS URL, which is on port 3443. Okay, that's saved. I'm going to create a second wallet so we can send coins from the first wallet. The first wallet we created was unencrypted, so I'm going to create an encrypted wallet for this second wallet. W2 minus E for encrypted, and you have to supply a password, which I'm going to give as password. Okay, so let's have a look at the difference between those two wallets. So wallet 1 has a public key, a WIF, which is a wallet information format, which is basically the network and the private key, and we have an address. Wallet 2 is encrypted, so it has ciphertext, which is encrypted data, an address, and the salt. So we can encrypt and decrypt wallets using the encrypt and decrypt operations on wallet. If we look at Sushi wallet, you'll see that we can verify, encrypt, decrypt here. I'm not going to cover that right now, but it's something that you can do. So we have two wallets. Now we need to start a miner so that we can get some coins into our wallet. So I'm going to add the wallet to our config. W1. Okay, so the miner picks up the same config. So we've already told it the connecting node, we've already told it the wallet we want to use, and that's the testnet. So the only thing we have to tell Sushim is how many threads to use. I'm going to use 15. So this will take a while for the coins to accumulate in the wallet. Okay, let's have a look and see if we've got any coins in our wallet. Unconfirmed. Great, we've got some coins in there. So let's send 1,000 over to wallet 2. So for that, we're going to use a transaction. So transaction has a shortcut TX, so we can say sushi TX, and here we can see there's some tab commands. Create is the one we want, and we're going to need the address of the wallet too. So let's go grab that. That's the address. Sushi create. So we need to specify the amount, which is going to be 1,000, and the fee, which I know is 1. All transactions have a fee, and the address that we're sending to. There we go. So we've created the transaction. So the testnet, the miners running against the testnet will pick up the transaction and deposit it against the wallet. So let's go check the unconfirmed transactions on wallet 2. Sushi wallet amount and the wallet W2, and it's encrypted, so we must supply the password. So -U for unconfirmed, and the transaction hasn't been picked up yet by the miners. So we can look at transactions to see what's going on with our transaction. So if you remember back up here, we got a transaction ID, so we can grab that. And we can say sushi TX, and then we can give it a transaction ID TX transaction and -T for the transaction ID. So now it has found the transaction, which is great. So we're going to check the wallet again. There we go, there's our 1,000 Shari that has been deposited. So that's how you send coins back and forth. I hope that was interesting, and we'll make some more demos. Thank you.